Hello, I'm back with another message. And today I want to address the fear that is going around about a lot of things that are unfolding on the planet right now. And start with a very upbeat message that I received that we are actually through the tunnel and we're moving very speedily into a new system of reality. So, of course, we have a role to play in this as the structures are coming down. And yeah, as I said, there's a lot of fear going on right now about a lot of things. And I particularly want to address something that I had asked this question around because currently there's things that are being enforced or we are urged to do some things to our body that we might not want, and especially in the spiritual community there is a lot of fear around this topic and the effects to the body and to the soul. um, there is no doubt a very dark agenda behind it, but the fact is that we are limitless creator beings, and this is something that we're waking up to again now as our DNA is being activated or reactivated. And basically, if we accept a reality, then we confirm it, which means that we basically live in a world of narratives. There are stories that are created around everything, and we buy into these stories and we see them as the truth. Meaning that we kind of see ourselves as victims to the circumstances. We recognize something that's going on in the world, like these measures, for example, and we feel victim to these circumstances, or we feel victim to what these things are doing to our body or to somebody else's body, that of a loved one, for example. And by doing that, by declaring ourselves a victim, we actually make ourselves a victim, and we are then disconnected from the actual power that we have as a creator being in connection with source. So basically, yeah, it's like we buy into this narrative, we accept this reality, and by accepting it, we confirm it and declare ourselves victim rather than creating our own reality and our own narrative and using the power that we have in connection with source in redirecting everything towards the light. Maybe that sounds like a big undertaking, but we are just agents of something much, much bigger that is happening, that is redirecting everything towards the light. And we can play our part in it and speed it up, so to speak, or slow it down, of course. So basically, all these narratives, it's very important that we disconnect from these narratives and see them for what they are. They are stories. And then create our own story. And the power that we have access to when we are in the connection with Source is so much greater than anything that can be um, done to us, so to speak, or anything that might make us, that we feel like we are a victim of. And by acknowledging that, we activate it. We activate our creative power to create a new reality that we're in the process of forming, and that is also in the process of forming. It's a movement that comes from nature and that we are a part of. So what kind of reality do you want to create? What um, how do you want to live, and how do you want to um, basically use what is at your fingertips? Do you want to just go with what you're being told, or do you want to create your own story? And we are really at this point right now where we are creating a new story, and it is yet unwritten. So we are in the process of writing it. Along with Source, so to speak, or as agents of Source, because that's a very vital point, being connected to the Source or to the divine. Because if we think that we're doing this from our own little ego, then we will only have access to the fraction of what we truly are. And also just access to a very small fraction of the power that is at our hands when we are connected with Source or the divine. So basically we can do so much more with this physical vessel that we have, and also the soul that we have, than we have ever been taught. And as the result of which is that we feel in a prison of circumstances that we declare ourselves victim to. So what kind of reality do you want to create? Know that you are so much stronger in connection with Source than anything dark that is out there to harm you. And have trust and faith in that as you expand. So yeah, I was actually receiving this information when I was a couple of days ago really, really down because of what I was seeing happening around me, and some very dear people to me succumbing to these measures that are harmful to your body and your soul. And I thought, oh my God, what is happening to them and to their light. And then I received this information that if I accept that reality, that means I confirm the reality, rather than stripping off the narrative like an old piece of clothing, and creating a new one where we are no victims, but we are creators. And when we recognize the light in other people, no matter what kind of state they are in, if they have done these measures or haven't, that means you confirm the light in them and you basically remind them of it with the thoughts that you send out. So it's your choice, do you want to buy into this narrative and declare yourself a helpless victim to circumstances, or do you want to strip the narrative off and create your own reality? So this is the choice that we're being given. And it's clearly ours to make. Nobody can make it for us because there's nobody who says it's this way or it's that. We get to choose. And by choosing, we are helping create what we choose. This new reality is being created anyway, so there's no way around it. But as I said, we can speed it up or slow it down. And the other thing that I was being informed about lately, I've had a lot of things taken from me lately, either stolen or broken or lost, or and it was to such an extent that I was asking, what the hell is going on? Why is all this happening to me? Why am I constantly finding myself in a situation that something is stolen, broken, missing? And I mean, I'm not even close to some of the situations that other people that many people find themselves in right now, where I don't know, it's there's a lot of material things that are taken away from a lot of people now, either through floods or fire, or losing their job, or so many different circumstances. And that also really puts us into this state of fear where we think, okay, now this is taken from us, and what do we do now? We're helpless. We're, we don't have any means. And so what I received as an information is something I'm going to read to you, because it was worded out so clearly, and I don't know if I can repeat that in this way. I received that we are currently trained to be free of those attachments to material things. They all act out as an intermediate to true source. Do not worry about the intermediates, as they are given to you from source and taken from you by source. Technical devices as well as material possessions are substituted as a control system of reality that is currently being disconnected and rebooted to the true and only provider. So I asked, what should I do? And the answer was trust, surrender, place your wishes, and now that they know that they are fulfilled as you speak them. A different system of weaving around reality is being implemented that is much more direct, but it can only work in its ultimate power if you surrender. Otherwise, your disharmonious vibes get in the way. Trust in source is of utmost importance, because this way you establish a direct link to its power. And then so I asked, so what happens if I have a wish and it doesn't come true? So I got the answer: not all of your not all that you wish for is in your best and highest interest. Once you have taken the direction of the light, you are loyally guided and moderated, if necessary, to reach your full potential. You must have given your permission for this to happen. In essence, and any strays from your path are gently corrected. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I also wanted to say. So, basically, I want to give the message today, or I want to convey the message today. Do not fear. Do not fear. We are headed towards a beautiful future, and you choose where you find yourself on the path. So get rid of the old narratives. Trust in the divine, surrender, and you will be guided. As long as you think that you're dependent of something, dependent on particular material possessions or particular job or some circumstances being taken away from you, and only if you have that particular thing or circumstance, you are free or you are well. And if it's taken away from you, you're not anymore, then you are not truly connected to the source, because this is the true provider of everything, the divine source, whatever you want to call it. And the system of reality that has been in place for so long is currently being disconnected. So that's why everything is tumbling down. Yeah, I hope this came across clear. Just step into your power, connect and know that all is well. You do not need to fear. And if you do, you are buying into a reality that you don't wish to create. Yeah. That's it for today. Bye.